Hey guys, this is Renacencia, but you can call me Marjorie. It's been a while since I posted my Christmas vlog. Really, I haven't felt like sitting at my desk to draw or anything because it's been too cold in Alabama. But I'm ready to get back to it, this time featuring my personal favorite band, Ghost. So Valentine's Day is approaching. It is currently January 21st as I am filming this. Back in 2020, when Cardinal Copia was still doing his initial run, I made some Ghost Valentines that were a little saucy. And as I've grown as an artist, I've always disliked, or I've at least grown to dislike how I made those. At least the stylization. I know I can do so much better now. But I was never really sure how to make new Valentines, at least until this year. So in this video, I'm going to take you through me making 4 different Valentines for Ghosts in 4 different styles. Now I was going to walk you through my whole research process on figuring out what style I wanted to do and what my inspirations were, but I kind of did a preliminary round and it took forever. Even just middle of last year when I would look for different styles or some historical references of older styles, I was able to find them with ease. But now Pinterest, Google, everything's just riddled with AI. I cannot find a good reference to save my life. So it took me like 3 hours last night to really get together references and find styles that I really wanted to do for these cards. And so I have actually gone ahead and made a board on Milanote just to walk you through what the idea is for each style. So here we are in Milanote. So for the first style, I wanted it to say, "You can always reach me, Valentine." So I was picturing, which now we're in the Papa 4 era, I was picturing Papa kind of sitting like this on a landline phone. I wanted the style to be more this graphic style. By the way, I don't know if these two are AI or not. I can't tell anymore. And I kind of gave up looking to make sure what was AI and what was not. I want them to be in this kind of graphic style, but I want these bold colors in this artwork. And this person says the artwork is made by Nilu Par. The second Valentine, I want it to be very girly. I want it to say "Lost Without You, Valentine." Him making kind of a heart, but I want him to have some kind of sad puppy eyes and maybe like a little teardrop. I want it to be in this style, but I don't know if I can pull off this 80s Barbie style, so I also pulled in some modern reference. Also, I really like how cute the style from the Neighborhood Story anime is. It's very cutesy. And I also pulled in this reference of Tobias. It will be Papa, but this is just, he's got the sad puppy dog eyes. The third Valentine will say, "Can I be your Papa, Valentine?" Check yes or no. And I figured this would be like if he passed a note in class. So I wanted it to be kind of like on graph paper, like he's not paying attention in math class or something. And then I want him to write like, "Do you like me? Yes or no?" And then I want it to look like he kind of doodled all over it. So I want the S's, I want these stars, I want some of these smiley faces and whatnot. Probably not exact because the smiley face company is like very strict with their copyright. And then the last one, this is the one I had the hardest time. Last year, if you typed in like mid-century modern or atomic retro, you could find plenty of references and old ads with this on it. Now it is, I don't know why, I can't go anywhere and I can't find anything that's not AI. And it's not like modern, like I want old references. Anyway, I kind of wanted it, since it says "I want to bewitch you, Valentine." I wanted it to be kind of harken back to the Bewitched cartoon. And I wanted to have a lot of these old elements from, I know Bewitched is from like the 60s onwards, but I kind of wanted these older elements in it too. These two are mostly for just inspiration on the style. For this Valentine, I was thinking of going psychedelic or pop art route, which is why I have a reference from Peter Max on here. I'm not sure I'll do that. I might save that for something else later on down the line. So these are my ideas for the Valentines I'm going to make. I might sketch these with you, but for the actual speed paints, I cannot sit at this desk and be freezing cold. I'll sketch it with you, and then for the actual rendering out part, I'll probably do that as just a regular speed paint. So the first one we're going to sketch is you can always reach me. So the thing about these is that I also had to account for the lettering. So it's probably going to be, it could be the similar to the Pulp Fiction font, but it could also just be more of a comic book style font. I don't really know. Ooh, it'd be cool if it was like a speech bubble, like they have in comics. This is a terrible speech bubble. And these are going to be loose sketches because I like to do a loose sketch and then do the kind of refined sketch when I actually go into the actual canvas. So I'm probably going to pull this into ArtStudio Pro since it's what I'm most comfortable with. You know, he's going to be like right here. And I forgot to mention, but I think I want him kind of like surrounded by kind of 90s, early 2000s stuff like Slinkies and Game Boys and whatnot. Probably better to give him like a bowl of popcorn. The dude. I mean, he's a dude, but Tobias is also, I don't know if petite is the right word. There's something here. I'll have to fix the anatomy later. I'm probably going to sketch to really get this how I want. Draw a little butt. I think you have like crossing the Pulp Fiction. I do like how Ghost is kind of humorous. Like, you know, it kind of doesn't take itself seriously. And a Slinky maybe. Should the Slinky be like broken? I think it'd be fun if the Slinky was like broken. You know how when you do the Slinky too roughly and it gets broken? Like that. Game Boy. I'm really gonna go this one. It's not another rectangle, so Game Boy. We'll give him one fluffy pillow. We'll say Mama's boy. Because it's hilarious. Probably like not like on the covers of it, you know, the lettering on the actual pages of it. I think that's very fitting considering the Sister Imperator comic is coming out later this year. I think in March. I still haven't ordered my copy. Will I be able to snag one? Who knows? I love comic book art, so I should probably get one. I think that's a good base sketch for what I'm thinking for this one. This is going to be the Lost Without You Valentine, the Barbie one, or the kind of girly in my neighborhood story one. I tried looking up heart poses earlier and I did not like the ones I found, but let me try find another one. Let me see if there's a good one on Pinterest. So we're going to use this one. This on Twitter. I was thinking of doing like bubble letters. I haven't done bubble letters in ages and I'm really bad at it now, but I'll put that. Head's more squarish than anything. I think Tobias is more oval, but for some reason Pawpaw's is like Papa, not Paw. Pawpaw's my grandfather. Which I don't think Tobias could, just based on that photo, I don't think Tobias knows how to make like an actual heart. Like, look at this. What is that? What is that? The challenging part about this one is going to be figuring out how I want to stylize it. I'm probably going to have to pull in a picture of Papa from this angle, like face forward, and I'm probably to, in a separate file, just draw over him, trying to figure out how I want to stylize him for this. Downs because when I think about it, I kind of want his pout. I really want to be able to see him pouting. You can't see him pouting. You can't see his lips. Oh, he's gonna have to have those gorgeous kind of plump lips. I know Barbie, like, you know, see, like these little round plump lips. That would be one. This pout right here is what I was thinking about. When I start, I love to work messy. It's just very freeing to not... I mean, before you start the final render, your preliminary sketch should be as roughed out as you can just to avoid issues, but for this very beginning, just figuring out what everything is sketch. Really, it doesn't have to be very clean. I'm just trying to figure out, just trying to get the idea down, and then I can go in and fix the anatomy and fix the ideas, all that kind of jazz. So I think this one, the Can I Be Your Papa Valentine with the checkbox for next yes or no. I think this one's going to be the funnest because it's mostly going to focus on lettering, but I think I want to make like a little doodle of Papa on the side. I can draw a little Papa cartoon emoji on here somewhere. Maybe like Cheaty Papa. This is your Cheaty Papa for now. The paint thinks it's the Papa's paint. This should be the idea. We'll have some crucifixes here and these guys. And we put these smileys. Key signs. I'll go over these sticker to the side. What if we put like a drawing of an old Papa and have Copia / Papa 4 right? Ew. I think that would be fun. I don't know if it's ever been mentioned in canon if Copia liked his brothers or not. We could also do these shapes right here for each letter, or I could put like this shape behind it, or there's a lot that can be done for the lettering that I'll just have to figure out. But the main portion is going to be wanting him. Truthfully, we could also have done Sister Imperator or Imperator, whatever, for the witch, but it would almost be the same exact design because she's also a blonde. And there is a way that Bewitched stylizes their cartoon men. It's more like almost like just a caricature where it kind of exaggerates their features so you know it's them. I don't know if I want him to be like sassy like the cartoon, or if maybe I want him to be more goofy. It's Copia. We could also Papa 4. I don't know what the hell we're calling him now. We could also have him kind of hanging off here. The anatomy be different just because, well, you know, it'd be more stylized. I'm kind of drawing him a bit bigger here. Not like a big Harry Potter person. I haven't read all the books, haven't watched all the movies, but I did watch the first movie and read the first book, and you know where I think it's Neville is riding the broom and it's kind of going haywire. That's how I imagine Papa riding the broom. Down here for him to be like falling off or losing control of the broom, or if it'd be funnier for him to be mimicking this because it's just so sassy of him. And I don't want to doubt his broom riding skills. He may be a fantastic broom rider. You never know. So what I'm going to do is, number one, I'm going to go find all the fonts I want to use, and then I'm going to export all of these, and I will have some speed paints for you here shortly. It's the next day. I didn't expect to be back recording so soon, but I left y'all at 10:30 a.m. yesterday. I finished all 4 Valentines by 12 a.m. Now I did take some breaks for lunch and for dinner to spend time with my family, but I was on a roll and I did not want to stop, and I guess because I didn't have to do like any extreme rendering or anything, these were fairly simple. I got them done really quickly and I'm very surprised about that. Now, you'll notice the setup and camera quality is a bit different, and that is because I wanted to walk through the speed paints in my layers with y'all. And even though I have had this setup where I have my webcam and my capture card capturing my iPad, for some reason today it's not working. Like, I had to turn off NVIDIA broadcast just to get anything to work. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was an update. I looked at all my drivers, I restarted, I updated everything, nothing's working. I think trying to record my iPad screen with my webcam has been the hardest part of this whole stupid thing. Anyway, let me show you the actual Valentines. Alright, so here they are. We'll go like down how we had the mood board. So first is this one, the You Can Always Reach Me Valentine. I really like this one. The colors are bold. I think it's fun. I think this one is my favorite. This one, to me, it's exactly what I was going for, with the big-eyed anime and Barbie look. It's a little cursed, in my opinion, but I like that it's cursed. I enjoy what I did here a lot. Now, this is that one that I thought we can make, like a notebook paper, and we'll really zoom in and get into like the nitty-gritty of it in the speed paint talk through and everything. But this one came out a lot better than I expected it to. This is the one I was most worried about. I wasn't sure where I was going with it. I wasn't sure how it would turn out. I'm not totally 100 completely satisfied with his face, but I also cannot figure out what's wrong. And I worked on this one the longest, and it literally just his face. And by the way, the only one I got a font for was this one. This one is a font I found on dufont.com. And then this one and this one and this one, like I hand wrote all that, and we'll get into that in the speed paint. Alright, so we're jumping into my iPad, and we will start with this one. Here's some close-ups. You see I got the Game Boy, the Slinky, you know, the landline phone, some popcorn. Let's play the recording. I did pick out a, hold on, you'll see really quickly here, I got this palette from someone on Pinterest. I think it says, you know, we'll go look at that real quick. Palette is from Hannah Flood 19. I found it on Pinterest. Usually I like to start with the messy sketch and then just go ahead and do the, you know, more refined sketches in, don't text me right now, more refined sketches in my drawing apps. It's just easier to kind of fix and move stuff around in the sketching portion, whereas on paper you really have to erase. And since these, I knew these would take a lot of trial and error to get the sketches right, so I didn't want to do it on paper, and plus I figured this way would be easier to show y'all. I really struggled with trying to figure out how to do the landline because I wanted to be lazy with I wanted to be lazy with it, but in the end it just looked better if I did the line work. The line work is really where it comes together, but I really do enjoy the colors that I got from that palette, and I did tweak that palette a lot. I went for, you know, in the chapters where Cardinal or Pater Imperator, whatever we want to call him now, or he's wearing kind of that jumpsuit outfit. So I thought that'd be a fun outfit to put him in for this one. Of course, I put the Mama's Boy pillow in the back because we all know he's a Mama's Boy. Oh, there's where I wrote that in. But in the end, I actually added this noise texture because I thought that kind of gave it some more visual interest. So, you know, you have his Slinky here, his Game Boy there. I think it came out quite well. So the next one we'll check out is this one because this is the second one I worked on. So again, starting with a messy sketch. You know, this is the one I thought I would be nervous about because I didn't know how to stylize him. But it turned out to be a lot easier to stylize him than I thought. I had a lot of fun trying to figure out these letters. I don't do a lot of lettering just in general, so this was a kind of a challenge, but kind of a fun challenge. I'm going to silence my fucking phone. I wasn't sure how to go about stylizing him, but you know, it worked out, and I did give him thinner eyebrows than usual that he actually has, mostly because that's just how the Barbies and the anime neighborhood store, that's just how their style was. I did realize later on that the way I had colored him in is very reminiscent of those LOL dolls. If you look at their packaging, I only know that because my niece used to love LOL dolls and I had to get them for her all the time. His lips are just so wonderfully pouty. It's really great. This one actually made me a little mad because I tried to flip the canvas to check how everything was looking, but when I flipped it, it actually crashed the entire program. So there he is. So, you know, we'll get some close up. I did add a halftone pattern to this, and the way I've added the noise in the halftones is I just put a white layer on top, and I did filters. I went to noise, and I did an add noise, or I did a stylize, and then I just set that really low opacity and then put it on overlay. So since he's lost without you, I put like an X and a trail like he's trying to find you, and we're going to get a close-up of these gorgeous eyes. Gorgeous. Also, I know he's more detailed down here, but I have terrible eyesight, and just from the videos alone, I could not for the life of me figure out how to get in those details. I could not make them out or see them. Next is this one. This is the one I was most excited to show y'all because I wrote a lot of notes aside from the doodles, like maybe the papas were talking to each other almost like they were like in the same class. I figure behind this is like Copia is supposed to be in class and paying attention, but he's totally not. So of course he wrote, "Can I be your Papa Valentine, Copia?" And then he wants you to check yes or no. And then I wrote some fun doodles and stuff around here, so it feels like I never see people outside of like Tumblr or some fandom spaces call the Papas, but like some of them call them Primo, Secundo, and Terzo, and then Copia. So I just wrote P's, like P3, P2, P1, in case not everyone knew those fandom names. So here we have, can I copy your homework from Papa 3? He says, no. And Papa 3 says, why? And then Papa 3 again, hey bro, I need lunch money. I figured that since Papa 3 is the youngest, and Cornucopia is also fairly young in canon, like as far as the brothers go, they're all technically old, but they're the youngest. I figured they'd be closest since they'd be closest in age. And then I had Copia draw his mask, asking if it's better than Papa 2's, and they said no. I figured the brothers would bully him a lot. Had him write Papa 4 rules, and Papa 3 calls him a loser. And then Papa 1, he doesn't really, I figure since he's older, he doesn't really do much to bully him, but I made him write Papa 1 is better in cursive. And then, you know, Papa 2 hasn't really talked a lot because he kind of, in my opinion, he kind of just ignores Copia. But I had Copia write some notes, and then Papa 2 says, you're a nerd. That's why Dad doesn't like you. And Copia says, F you. So this one was the most fun for me, just because I kind of got to make up my own backstory for it. And this graph paper, like this is graph paper that I still had left over from 10 years ago when I was still in high school and I was doing calculus. So I still have my leftover graph paper. So it came in handy for this purpose. The final one is the one that, you know, I was really nervous about it. I had a hard time finding good references and I wasn't sure how to go with it, but in the end, this is one of my favorites. It's definitely in the top. Let's play the video back for this one. Part of the reason I wrote my own fonts is because I just could not find fonts for most of these that really really sent the vibe that I wanted. I was thinking of making this one pink to kind of match some of the other ones, but the blue just looked so much better. And I think it's a nice contrast to kind of differentiate itself from the other two kind of reddish pink ones. This one, like I said earlier, this sketch really kind of threw me for a loop. I wasn't sure what to do. I considered hiding the feet, and I tried to give him a cape or like a little, make his tuxedo longer. It didn't really work out. I thought, no, that's a cop-out. I need to draw the feet. So that's just what I did. And I wasn't sure if I liked it, but after adding the colors and then tweaking some stuff on the face, like I said, it's one of my favorites just as far as concept goes. And I used a brush and some of that noise tricks to add some nice texture to this one. That is all of them as far as the speed paints go. I'm not sure how interested you are in the nitty-gritty of like the layers themselves, but they're pretty much the same for these, for all of them, except for this one. You know, I sketched them out, did the line art, then colored it in and added any kind of shading or textures that I wanted to afterwards. Now, you may be asking, Marjorie, where may I purchase these if I want to give them to a loved one? Well, my friend, long ago, when I first got into Ghost, I looked on places like Redbubble and Society6, and I saw that a lot of people had Ghost stuff uploaded, and I made one or two fun designs, and Loma Vista took them down almost immediately. As it turns out, all of these people can put their Ghost stuff and sell the stuff. You know, even things with his face, even things with his logo. But not Marjorie. So, in case you were wondering, if you want Ghost stuff, everyone else can sell it. but not Marjorie. Everyone else, but not Marjorie. But I did want y'all to be able to get these if you really wanted them. So, since this is a YouTube video, I will leave this in the description. It is also linked in my actual channel about page. But these are going to be available for free download on Gumroad. I did size them down and lower the DPI a little bit just so in case there's some asshole out there who wants to try and sell these after they download them. They're not going to have the full resolution file. That will be mine. And I do have my mark on there, but when you come here, you just have to put a 0 right here, and you should be able to get these 4 files as PNG files. PNG just because they're lossless. And they're size 5x7. So you can print these out. You can just download them and send them to your friends or your family if you feel like you want. You can even just print these out and use them as prints. I don't care what you do so long as you don't sell them. Here they are printed out, guys. I mean, I'm printed this one full because I love it so much, but look at how good these look. And this is on regular copy paper. It'd probably be a lot better if you printed them on cardstock. Maybe even a glossy paper. So that's it for me for today. I want to do more ghost stuff in the future, and as a matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, let me know if you'll be interested in this. Years ago, like in 2018, 2020, I worked in a museum, and they sold these Jesus just fell on me. They sold these religious fans, and they only had this one left when I was there. I think they have more now, but they have these pictures of like Christian figures on there. And all those years ago, I thought, what if I took this, I painted it black, and I made my own little things to come on here for all the papas. Now, since then, we have Copia and some other figures, but I think there's a good amount of room to add. You know, there's the 4 papas, there'd be a place for Copia. There could also be, there's even room for, you know, the new papa that's being introduced. So let me know if this is something you'd be interested in seeing me do for ghost stuff. I'm going to be doing more than just ghost stuff on this channel, but let me know if this interests you, because this would be the next ghost project I do. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Sorry for technical difficulties and all that. We'll get it figured out eventually. But for now, thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to y'all later.